All right. Welcome back to the fifth episode of Skill Over Legacy podcast. I got the regular gang with me. We are missing Cameron Major, but he'll be here soon. Y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves, man.
Um,
Oh,
it's Jay Bridges. I'm here again. Um, what episode is this? 5 or 6? I'm losing count.
Five.
Episode 5. CEO of the CB3 Appreciation Fund, CEO of Buffalo Bridges, and
yes, sir.
that's it. Let's go. Let's get to it. Let's get to it.
I got Liam, Lim Shady 91, whatever you want to call me.
And Jacob, Rap Thoughts on TikTok. Go follow that.
Back to back.
Brackets
Back to
did
back.
not do well, but back to back, guys.
March
That's
Madness,
okay,
I
no-
didn't get a single pick right.
Hey, we're back to
I'll
the
drop questions so we can answer them. Drop questions.
we're back to the 40th percentile in the bracket, so we're moving now. We're moving in the right direction.
Hey,
But,
apparently, nobody's bracket was safe this time. Apparently, all the good teams are losing.
Yeah,
Hey,
keep
everybody's
keep
gone.
up with the slavery ball for us, because I'm good with that. I'm good. That's for y'all.
Hey, that's
that was
that's
hey,
that's
hey,
an
I made a
episode.
video
That's a
on-
topic.
I made a video on that.
Hey, that's
today,
a topic for episode 4.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah, I made a TikTok on that today, actually. Yeah.
All right, so first topic we got is this the best era of basketball?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much the best era of basketball.
It is absolutely.
Are we
Like,
gonna-
I feel like this is not even a debate. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't think it is, you're just clinging on to something that you just don't have to. Like, it's just it's just the best era of basketball right now.
I don't think. I think anybody previous generations would agree with you too. I think Bill Russell
Yeah.
would agree with you. Bill Russell would probably be like, "Damn." Looking at KD, he'd just be like, he's in awe every time he steps on the court, and we're just used to it.
Yeah, that guy's a sorcerer of sorts. He's a
Exactly.
sorcerer.
Right?
I think we can take this time to debunk past era defense.
Oh yeah. In
And they
short,
did also get the video I just posted.
physicality does not equal better defense. I mean, it equals more physical defense, but that's it. I always use this analogy that a lot of people feel like doesn't make sense, but I swear in my head, it just makes perfect sense.
Mhm.
If we're both good at math, but let's just say Jay Bridges is good at algebra and I'm good at calculus, I'm better at math than he is, even though we're doing the same, like we're both doing math, but this era's defense is a lot more difficult to play. So if you become an elite defender playing this type of defense, you're better because it's harder. Like,
I
so
don't think anyone in 1987 besides MJ would have more than 20 points on Mikael Bridges.
yeah.
Reggie
Yeah.
Miller.
I don't know.
Maybe-
Maybe 20. I don't know.
Maybe Reggie. Just off ball play, getting open.
Yeah. Reggie's one of those games where if he jumped in right now, he would do like similar to what he was doing then. Like,
Yeah, just running off the screens, but yeah, it makes
Yeah.
sense. He probably still get 20, but I don't know.
he's like Rip Hamilton. They're literally the same thing.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I get what you mean though. Like, I just don't feel like if you put Magic in front of Ben Simmons, I just feel like Magic's not going anywhere.
Nowhere.
And I love Magic. Maybe transition because he's real smart. But
Hmm.
how many times do we think Magic Johnson would get past Ben Simmons? Honestly,
None. Not once. Not past him, no. Not once.
Well, there's not many guys outside of this modern era that can legitimately get past Ben Simmons.
exactly. Like, exactly. So, and it's not knocking. People have to understand. It's not knocking the past. There would be no this if there was no that.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole point of it is to use that and get better. Like, that's the whole purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's literally the sole purpose of it.
Right.
If nobody in the league was better than Dominique Wilkins in 2021, we wouldn't be watching basketball.
Yeah.
Like, it just kind of is what it is. There's people that transcend it, like Larry Bird. I think Isaiah Thomas kind of transcends, like, the way he played basketball would probably be applicable at a high level now. Jordan, of course, Dominique, based on his athleticism, but there's not a lot of people. Like a lot of the stars back then, you bring them to now, they're not going to be really relatively even close to what they were. But that's okay. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that.
Interesting one you just brought up, and I always bring it up too, is Larry Bird, because like you said it too. It's like he has a much more modern skill set without anything close to the modern athleticism.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I think you could look at his game from back then and like what he was particularly good at. You know, he had a good outside shot. He was a really good passer. If you like, there's still a role for his type of player today, as is, like just an unathletic kind of stretched four, crafty stretch four. Like that's still a thing, and like he's that skill set like dominated his era. He was incredible.
He'd be Joe Ingles with a
Raptor. We think exactly alike. He would be the best version of Joe Ingles, and that's just really good though.
That's still
Joe
really
Ingles
going
is
to be
about to-
averaging like 28 and 5 on insane efficiency, which is still pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's very good.
Break the true shooting percentage record this year.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like people feel like Larry Bird has to come to 2021 and be just like third best player in the league. No.
Yeah.
Like that's just not gonna happen.
Just from an athleticism standpoint, though, he has a skill set that would probably put him top 10, 15 in the league based off.
Yeah, if we looked at just how well he plays basketball, there's not a lot of people competing with him that aren't just LeBron, KD, Jordan. Like, but you know, from a holistic standpoint, like he would be Joe Ingles. But hey, Joe Ingles is pretty damn good. He'd be a better Joe Ingles. Don't get it wrong. Like he'd be better than him.
Oh yeah.
He can ball on the floor better. I think he has more IQ than him. Way better passer.
Better defender as well too. And
that he would just be everything Joe Ingles would be if he was just better. Like if he was just better at basketball, and that's okay. But I guess people get upset. Like Jay Bridges put on the account today, Magic Johnson would not be a top 10 point guard in the league right now, and he wouldn't.
He wouldn't.
And it's fine.
I didn't get to go back and forth with this guy because I don't have time for that. Magic Johnson doesn't do anything better than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Nothing. Not one thing does he do better than SGA. And SGA isn't even in everyone's top 10. He's in my top 10. He's at 10. So some people have SGA at 12, and he's not even better than that guy. He's not even top 13.
Facts.
So,
welcome, Cameron. Welcome, my boy Cameron. He's back in the building. You know what I'm saying? You know, Cam 0109 on pretty much everything. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
No, but we back. We basically were explaining about how this is the best era of basketball, like pretty much, like
definitely,
and how like players from back then, they wouldn't be as good as they were then now, and that's just perfectly okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All-time greats like Magic, then just not going to be top 10 in their position anymore.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Right back into that conversation.
Yeah, that's literally what we were talking about. That was great.
I think Magic will be a top 10 playmaker, a top 10 PG in the league right now.
When you got somebody like Darren Fox walking around, no. Like that's
SGA, who's arguably not even top 10 himself.
You have
it's
point
like
guards that are
was he here?
It's like Cam was here for this conversation.
Yeah, because you're just talking about everything we were just talking about. But like you gotta think, Dennis Smith Jr. and Jordan are just equal athletically. Think about that. Like they're equal. Jordan might be a little stronger because he's got more body to have more muscles, but like Dennis Smith Jr. jumps 48 inches in the air, bro.
I had to add the pause. He had to
absolutely. I had to hit you with the Jokic, no homo. Like, but
it was Liam.
Yeah, like
Jokic
he jumps
fined for that. Didn't Jokic get fined $25,000 for saying no homo?
Yeah, you just can't say that and be serious. Like you just can't do that. But all right, we'll just move on to the next topic then. The next topic is The injury bug. How do we all feel about all of these injuries that are happening so fast?
I think it's not good. Of course, it's not good. It's awful. I think hopefully it will shift some of the casuals' eyes off of the top 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you see what other players do when they're injured, and then those injured guys come back, and then some people just forget about those guys. It's like that guy just had 27 when so and so was out. He is that good.
Yep. It'll make you appreciate the game, man.
Yeah, I think so.
Kawhi got this. He was just the best in the league because, well, they just didn't want LeBron to be the best in the league anymore. And then KD was hurt. So they were saying he was the best in the league.
But the injuries is definitely something like I've never seen before. It's crazy this season.
Melo's injury just broke my heart.
Yeah, that was sad.
People are going to see Montrezl Harrell and Dennis Schroeder in Los Angeles just carry him to wins.
Yeah, you're going to see
and
just
think,
how
why are
good
they off the bench?
Nope, they're getting smoked by the Pelicans tonight.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
With what spacing?
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
We've actually lost 7 straight games to the Lakers.
Yes, sir. As you should. As you should.
You know what's crazy? Van Gundy just has to get fired. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I actually thought Van Gundy was going to be kind of good, but Jesus Christ.
Garbage. He's
Garbage.
Terrible.
Has he even been coaching?
Like that team is to be developed, and he's not doing it.
Has he been coaching since he stopped coaching in Orlando?
Yeah, he was in Detroit.
Yeah, he had a stint in Detroit.
And that team didn't get any better.
So the only guy who got better on that team was Blake.
And Christian Wood, that was it.
He was getting better behind the scenes
right, exactly.
He was getting better.
And he was putting in that work. I
don't know if you guys know that though, but Christian Wood, before he went to the Pistons, he played I think 10 games for the Pelicans.
Yeah, he was also on the 76ers, but they just believed in Jahlil Okafor a little bit more, I guess.
He lit it up for the Pelicans. It was like the last 2
we
weeks of the
all would have
season.
believed in Jahlil Okafor a little bit more. We thought he was going to be a dog. We thought he was going to be nice. Don't do that.
You thought he had the dog,
We thought Jahlil Okafor.
I would say I was never.
Hey, Luka guards are starting to look like that guy.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, wow.
I think Jahlil Okafor is still better than Luka Garza.
I never necessarily was impressed by Jahlil Okafor. But I thought he was going to be good. I'm not going to cap, but I wasn't I wasn't like, Jahlil's going to be cold. I was just like, I mean, he's good.
He was part of Cat's class, right? With those guys? Yeah.
Yeah, no, he wasn't because Jahlil Okafor went 1, right?
No, he went 3. He went 3.
He went 3. Nah.
Yeah.
He went 3.
Before that.
It was Cat, D'Lo, Jahlil, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It definitely was.
And Cat is just better than him at everything.
Everything.
At everything.
And I'm a Duke fan, and I knew that in Kentucky. He was just better than that at every single thing.
Nice.
So I know this is probably going to – because, you guys know how I am about impact, but I've been watching some Cat film lately. And I can understand – people were putting Gobert over him in their top 3 centers, and I am respectfully disagreeing with them.
No, disrespectfully disagree.
Yeah, here's the thing. That should have never been a thing ever at any point. Like, it should have never been a thing.
Here at Skill Over Legacy, we value skill.
Yes.
Skill. Go get you a basket. Rudy.
I'm sorry.
Be the best and do the – oh, go ahead.
If you made Devin Booker 6'11", he's just Karl Anthony Towns. Like, I'm sorry. He's like that. Like, Karl Anthony Towns is probably offensively one of the best offensive players at his position.
Oh yeah, and the thing is, he's actually
scoring the ball. I just don't know who's better that you can really name like that. He scores on all 3 levels.
He's a significantly better defender this year too.
Yeah.
You're the credit that he's getting, because they're just so bad, that the Timberwolves are just so ass that he's getting zero credit for what he's doing right now in Minnesota. But he's playing great defense.
Roll the clip.
Nah, that CP3 clip was crazy. He didn't even try to move.
He didn't even attempt to try at all.
But I'm gonna give him a break, because if I'm Cat, I'm not moving in that situation either.
Yeah, I'm not moving.
Man,
You're gonna get the bucket
anyway, big dog.
Right. You're gonna get the bucket. You're gonna get the bucket anyway. Save me the embarrassment. Like, you're just gonna go get the bucket anyway. Like, if Rudy, like, when Rudy Gobert switches on Curry, I just never got it. Like, just give him the points. He's gonna get it regardless. Like, do you want to end up on ESPN? Then okay, then just go out there and guard him. Then I guess.
Yeah, he's done in the worst ways.
The worst way. It's done in the worst way possible. But the injury bag will fast forward us into this topic. D'Lo, hey D'Lo, you're weird.
Yeah,
you're so weird. You're so weird.
You're weird, bro. You a snitch.
Like, what?
You're weird.
Like, I get that you're supporting your teammate. I get that, but you tweeted that moments after you saw Melo Ball fracture his wrist. That's just weird.
This man said Anthony Edwards Rookie of the Year.
Right, like, you're goofy. Like, you're a goofball. Like,
that's
like
crazy.
all the D'Lo slander that he's getting. I love D'Lo, man. I love watching his basketball games. I love watching him play. He's one of the more, like, when you watch him play, he's just so skilled offensively, bro. Like, but you're weird. All the slander you deserve. All the slander you're getting is what you deserve at this point. You're weird. Like, that was just so weird to say. Like, you could have let it die down a day later. Like just chill out. Like, what you want, bro?
Did you guys
wait for
ratio?
Oh
my God, he definitely got ratio crazy.
What does ratio mean? Oh, go ahead. I don't even know.
Hold up. We gotta tell you what ratio means.
You have to understand.
Okay, so a ratio basically means, like, you say something that's so dumb, and then somebody hits you back with a comment back that gets more likes than what you said. All right.
Oh,
so
okay.
So he said the Anthony Edwards Rookie of the Year thing, and then some comments. Dude's name is deloading, but he's been loading for 7 years now. It just blows the fuck up.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
It was bad.
That is a tough one.
What were you gonna say?
Well, I was gonna say though, like, just wait for Ant to play another game. Just let him play one more game, and then after the game, be like, "That's the Rookie of the Year right there." Don't tweet that 20 minutes after he fractures his wrist.
And like, y'all aren't even in a game. Like you're such a dork. Like, you're such a dork.
I feel like he should know better for someone that just can't stay on the court this season.
Like, you have played a total of 7 games, like 5 games with Cat. You just can't say.
And hey, big dog, you on my fantasy team. Hey, come back. Come over.
Like if LaMelo was to tweet you back and be like, "But I'm playing better than you this year," you just can't say he's lying.
You can't say he's lying.
You just can't say that he's lying, because what you're doing is something that he's doing, something that you're not doing, and that's just playing. That's playing, and you're not doing it.
Yeah.
And I love you, D'Lo. But if LaMelo said I'm better than you, he just might not be lying to you. Like he just might not be lying to you. And bruh, anybody in this Zoom could tell you, D'Lo is like, I talk about that dude.
You were talking about Ben Simmons and D'Lo.
I will go to bat for D'Lo for hours.
Keep it pushing, man. Keep pushing.
I will talk about D'Lo and his game for hours. But if LaMelo said that he was better than you, I just wouldn't say anything, to be honest. Like, I would be like, ooh, I just don't feel like talking about that right now. But he's a clown.
I saw a post today. And it really, when I was looking at it, LaMelo Ball, like, he doesn't get enough credit for what the Hornets are making him do off ball, because that's something that's going to make them really successful later on in his career, especially as a point guard. And I don't think Trae Young has really gotten that yet in Atlanta. I think that I don't think Donovan Mitchell's really had that off-ball
Do y'all
experience.
see that in my comments?
And that's just something that's impressive, I think, is that LaMelo
Hey,
Ball is getting
I
incorporated
totally
into an
agree with
offense
that.
better than any
Yeah.
point guard I think that's came through this league in a
You see
long
that shit?
time.
Like what LaMelo has to do off ball, and I think it's partially like what the Hornets give him as a responsibility and how they want him to develop as a player. But I think it's also in the fact that they have like 4 competent ball handlers that play a decent role in their offense. So like obviously
Right.
LaMelo, when healthy, is the catalyst, but then you have Terry Rozier, Devontae Graham, Malik Monk, Gordon Hayward. All these guys can handle the ball and run that sort of playmaker style.
Right. I'm not gonna lie. Trae Young, DeAndre Hunter's a great scorer, but you just can't trust him to find Trae Young off ball consistently.
Right.
That's just this is not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you're not wrong about what you said though. Shout out to Nate. What's his name? Nate McMillan. Shout out to you, making the Hawks just a lot better. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
Good coach. Good coach.
And 8-game win streak. 8 game.
Already a better coach than Stan Van Gundy. Let's go. But
It's not hard.
he said it's not hard.
That's not hard.
About
All right, so
29 better coaches than Stan Van Gundy.
Yeah, you're giving
speaking of D'Lo, since I will say he's still an underrated player, let me get a list. Let me get your top 3 or top 5 underrated players. We're gonna start with Liam. Your top 5 underrated players in the league that don't get enough credit.
All right. Top 5. I know 2 of them are definitely going to be Colin Sexton and Darius Garland.
Sexland.
Mhm. Those
That is
guys are
hilarious.
Really good. Those guys are
Mhm.
really good.
Now that I can get behind.
You can get behind
I think-
Sexland? That's crazy.
I'm in the line. You're bugging. You're bugging, bro.
That's exactly what Jay Bridges do. Create a narrative just so we can get a little angry.
Yeah,
Bugging,
yes,
bro.
sir. But they're good.
So I'd say Sexton, Garland. I think Ingram is still underrated.
Mhm.
Probably go. I think I'm going to say Julius Randle. And I'm going to say DeMar DeRozan. That's my
Mm.
5.
What's the question?
It's crazy to me that I feel like only 2 of those people you said should be underrated.
Mm-hmm.
Should be or are?
Should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I can understand, like, underrating Colin Sexton and Darius Garland because the Cavs stink. But, like what they've done, like, in just them 2 this year has been really, really impressive, especially Sexton scoring because he's, like, 40% from 3. He's knocking down free throws, and he's scoring all 3 levels effectively. He's just scoring like crazy. And Garland is passing well. He's not a great defender, but he's busting his ass on defense, getting a ton of steals. I think those 2 guys like project as like 2 guys who got drafted to the same team as a backcourt that the Cavs should absolutely hold on to for as long as they can. But then you look at like Ingram and DeRozan and Randall, like these guys are putting up numbers and they're on winning, except for Ingram. They're on teams that like at least the Pelicans are getting like nationally televised games. Like people should be seeing Brandon Ingram and knowing he's good at basketball, but for some reason he's not getting the same credit he got last year.
All they want to see is the tight end version of Giannis. No name.
I heard the pain in your voice when you said that, man. I heard it. I feel you.
All right, let's go. Raptor, your top 5 underrated players in the NBA. Top 5.
He's about to be the most impactful players of all time.
No. I'm
Go
gonna
defender Draymond's going to be on here.
I'm not putting Draymond on here because I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to hold myself to not doing that. But Mikal Bridges in Phoenix, I think you got to give him credit for what he's doing. I've been talking about him for a long time. I love what he does. I see
Jay
him
Bridges
being
just
the next-
smiled on the inside.
His ceiling to me is what the Clippers did with Paul George back with Doc Rivers, where he spotted up.
That's what you. Okay.
Yeah. I think he's the next Paul George with the Clippers during the Doc Rivers era, and just that like he spots up most of the time, but he can still create on his own. He's a great defender.
A lot of pin downs.
A lot of pin downs too. I'd give CJ McCollum a nod. Just seeing what he does is just spectacular.
I'm one of those people that tends to underrate him, but I just feel like he needs to be on the team by himself.
Yeah, I just don't know how you can get him on a team by himself though. But he's
Pelicans.
great. He's a great Pelicans would be nice. I'd see if he goes to the Pelicans, that'd be cool.
I would love to have CJ McCollum on the Pelicans.
3, Jaren Jackson Jr. I think there's a legitimate argument for him to be the best player in Memphis.
You're making Jay Bridges smile on the inside right now.
You're saying a lot of people that I'd love to talk about.
4th on my list is gonna be, sheesh. I gotta think now.
He finna fuck it up with this one. I know it's gonna be.
He hit the street hard with this one.
Malik Beasley, out in Minnesota. He was averaging 20 a night.
Hashtag free. Hey, hashtag free Malik. No, I'm just
maybe not free him, but you know what I'm saying.
No, you don't need to be free.
Yeah, don't free him. That guy was acting wild. He was acting wild.
My last one. I'm gonna go with Jaylen Brown, and I know he's not exactly underrated. But what he's done since he's came into the league, I don't think it's noticed as much. I'm just saying it. I don't think his handle is noticed as much. I don't think his efficiency is noticed as much as it should be. I think there's just a lot to it that he just needs to be recognized more as a top 25 player in this league.
Here's what I'll say with Jaylen Brown.
He's
overrated by the Celtics so much that just nobody cares to hear about him anymore.
Yeah.
I was looking in the chat. Someone said Jaylen Brown over Zach LaVine. I just didn't say it out loud.
That's my whole point. Like, no,
didn't say it out loud.
I love Jaylen Brown. No, you feel me?
Yeah, no.
But he's great though. He's elite. I think he's elite. He's elite.
Oh, for sure. He's better than Donovan Mitchell.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
A Raptor. That's another one I'm just not going to talk about right now. That's another one I'm just not going to talk about right now.
Hey,
he's playing better than Donovan
right now.
He's playing better. But here's what I'll say. Him in the fourth quarter is horrendous to watch. It's almost painful.
Horrendous.
Yeah,
when he's in the fourth quarter, you know he's not the best player because he doesn't even know what to really do.
And this is coming from it. Like anytime we watch a game, you can ask Jay Bridges and Zay. We all watch the games together. Some way, somehow, anytime we turn on a Celtics game, I guarantee you it's about to be close. I promise. I've seen every single Jason Tatum game winner this season, and I saw Jaylen Brown against the Pistons. Oh my God.
He didn't know what to do.
What's the problem?
That comes with experience, and he's just not the best player on the team. So that's just kind of how the chips fall. But all right, Jay Bridges, you're top 5. I mean, Raptor might have just took 3 of them, so you got to come up with something else.
Mr. McGarity took mine too. I'm gonna just go by position, so make it easier. I'm gonna go.
You're a little low, Jay Bridges. You're a little low.
Hello?
Yeah.
Better?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna go Mike Conley at the 1.
Mm-hmm.
He's just been so good his whole career. At the 2, I feel like I have to say Donovan Mitchell because it's getting ridiculous. It's really ridiculous.
The slander is going too far.
It's definitely getting ridiculous.
At the 3, I might go Norman Powell. Didn't he have like 40 the other night and no one's talking about it? He's just a solid, pure scorer that can just go get a bucket. At the 4, I'm gonna go Brandon Clark of Memphis.
Ooh.
Brandon Clark.
I like that choice.
He just does power forward teams, nothing else.
Power forward teams.
At the 5, let's see. I'm gonna go Nicholas Claxton on the Nets.
Ah,
I like that pick.
thought
I like that pick
he
a
I
was
lot.
gonna
do.
be so booty. I thought he was gonna be booty, but hey, he's just doing exactly what they need him to do. He's getting valuable minutes with it. And that's my 5. That's my 5.
Cardi, Playboy Cardi, yes sir. But all right, Cameron,
All right,
you're
so
up.
I'm pretty sure they ran through like most of my 5, but DeJounte Murray got
Oh,
very underrated. Very underrated. Lonzo Ball, the league is acting like all he does is play the 2. I don't know why. He's a point guard. He needs to be running point guard on his own team, but we're just not even. I'm not even about to speak.
I just don't understand why they feel like he's just a shooting guard. I just will never get that.
I just don't. He's a point guard. He's just a point guard. All right. So who's my third one? You said DeMar, right?
I did.
All right. So,
And I'm like, yeah.
I feel like Chris Middleton is kind of underrated. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like he's pretty underrated. I feel like he's another person that should run his offense, but you know who they like to give it to, and they just shouldn't. All right, so the 4. Who else is really good at the 4? He'll probably play for the let me see. At this, I'm a power forward who's underrated.
It doesn't have to be a power forward.
It doesn't have to be.
Nah, you could just pick anybody. It was just 5 players, but
Oh, okay.
going by position is probably like easier.
I can't even think of a. Oh, I feel like these are going to be big name people. I feel like Blake's underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Blake could still go give you a bucket if he wants to. He just plays with Jeremy Grant. Or
I think his best year in Detroit just went highly overlooked.
Highly.
You know, Blake Griffin made like more than 6 threes twice, like 2-3 times that year.
And didn't he just have 50 one time that season?
Yeah, like he's insane. Like he was insane. That was the best Blake we ever saw, and nobody cared, which was ridiculous.
Trap has a good one at the 5. I don't know. I think it's a pretty good answer.
At the 5?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Miles Turner at the 5. Oh, I got a hot take about Miles Turner.
Hey, I do too.
Uh-huh.
Are you going to use it for the end of the episode? Because I'm about to say one, and I hope it's not the same one as yours.
I'm not. What I'm going to say has nothing to do with Miles Turner.
Oh, my hot take about Miles Turner is he's just a defensive player of the year, but to me, but okay.
My hot take was he's going to be the best center in the league one day.
Wow.
But Trap said Robert Williams in Boston.
That's not bad.
No, yeah, that's not bad.
Highly underrated player.
Very underrated.
Now, going back to the first episode, Spicy P has a terrible nickname. Time Lord, that's an amazing nickname.
Now, I promise that is.
That's a sick nickname. Time Lord.
He sounds like he should be in what's that game called? The Assassin's game.
Who's
Assassin's Creed?
Yes,
Williams.
that sounds like an Assassin's Creed name. I promise.
Yeah, they gave it to him when he was a rookie because he was late to everything. So they started calling him Time Lord.
Oh, that's great. That's a great nickname.
That's great.
That's what I'm saying. It's not hard to come up with good nicknames, and Spicy P is inexcusable. But we wanted to get back into it again.
All right. Let me give you my 5. Number 1, my favorite player in the NBA, which a lot of people don't know, Darren Fox. I just don't understand why nobody cares about what Darren Fox is doing.
Nobody.
I mean, he plays for the Kings, but still, like, he's playing out of his mind this year, all year. I'm gonna go kind of off the rails. Now a lot of people think he's bad, but on a level of he does what he needs to do well, I think Lou Dort's kind of underrated for how good he is defensively.
Oh, Lou Dort's good.
I think Lou Dort.
He got that dog in him.
How should I say this? I think with experience, Lou Dort will be a better defender than Marcus Smart. At the 3.
Listen to me. I've watched this. I'll tell you the teams that I've watched the most this season. I watched a lot of.
If they play like Chris Paul, he watch him. Basically.
Let me get to it. I watched a lot of Suns, a lot of Hornets. I watched a lot of Timberwolves, a lot of Nets, and then I watched a lot of the Thunder. I'm sorry, Lou Dort is garbage. I'm sorry, he's garbage.
I'm not talking about his offensive ability.
Lou Dort has the ball. I get upset.
I'm just talking about defensively. I don't think he's getting enough credit for how good he actually is at defense.
Oh my gosh.
He's a lot better than people are giving him credit for. At the 3, I'm going to go with the second best player on the Sixers, Tobias Harris, because nobody thinks he's the second best player on the Sixers, and I just think that he is.
That was actually going to be my hot take.
He should have been an all-star this year. He should have been an all-star this year. Like, I don't know why Ben Simmons made the all-star game, but cool. At the 4,
he probably played for the Grizzlies. I'm gonna keep it a bean.
He
probably does.
At the 4, due to my own, I did this as well. I'm a culprit of this, but I'm coming around. Boy, Markkanen's a little underrated at this point.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He definitely played bad last year, so I don't excuse what I said.
It's more coaching related than anything else last year.
Yeah. He was playing the center for no reason.
Markkanen might be a Pelican by the end of the week.
And I like that a lot, actually.
Hey, man, anybody who can shoot so that tight end don't got the ball no more, I'm good. You're good.
You guys have to stop calling him tight end. You have to. You just have to stop saying that. But and at the 5, I'm gonna go with that guy, Christian Wood. I'm sorry. Are we ready to admit that he's just No. Here's what I mean. Are we just ready to admit that he's just mini Anthony Davis? That is going to be a top 3 power forward very soon? He literally came back off injury and had 28.
Listen.
Hey, let's go get to my hot takes later. So
if I took Julius Randle and made him more like a 3, I just get Christian.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you ask me to choose Giannis or Christian Wood, I'm going Christian Wood.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I promise you, I'm going Christian Wood. Please.
On my 2021 offense, I just want Christian Wood, and I can back up everything that I say. Promise.
Definitely, and I'm willing to have that conversation. I'm willing to have that conversation with anybody.
Hours. I'll have for hours. Like you can't. And what kills me about that is people will understand how spacing helps a team when it comes to Stephon Quintiferous Curry. But anybody else is just like, it doesn't matter. Like,
it just does not matter.
But you definitely get how spacing helps.
Why do you need spacing at the 4? It doesn't matter.
Why does he need to shoot? It does not matter.
He said, "Hey man, I don't think. Here's the thing: we have to respect Giannis's 2 MVPs. So I'm not gonna jump out the.
No, we don't.
We really, you know what? We don't. Forget that. He's better than that dude.
Hey, forget that. Giannis ain't a top 10 player in our league.
I'm saying it right now. You can't look at Christian Wood play basketball, then look at Giannis play basketball, and say Christian Wood is worse at basketball. There's no way.
There's look at the game and tell me that. Because you know who's not getting stopped when they see a 2-3 zone?
Christian Wood. Hey, I will say this though. Giannis, a lot more dominant. I'll give him that. That's fine. I'm not going to sit here and act like Giannis doesn't bring anything to the table. He is the most dominant player in the league. When he's running beeline to the rim, there's just not anything you can do about that.
Big dog, not everything is a transition.
Hey, but at the end of the day, he still does it at a freakishly high level because there's people like the Manimal who did the same thing but just weren't good at it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you got it. I have to give him credit for being elite at what he's doing, but come on now, it's 2021. I would just want my 4, my 5 to be able to pretty much score everywhere because, you know, most of the centers in the league do that. You know what I'm saying? Which is fine, but those are my underrated guys for me. But and then those are my underrated guys. We can just kind of spitball some things. We can take some questions if you want. If there's any questions in the chat.
I saw something. I didn't like it at all. It was
I saw something.
But no. I actually did like this, but it wasn't. It needs to be exaggerated more. He said, I'm trying to remember. Rondo wouldn't be a top 7 point. Prime Rondo wouldn't be a top 7 point guard in today's league. Prime Rondo wouldn't be a top 12 point guard in this league.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Whoever said that's just probably telling the truth.
Yeah, they're right, but it's not
you
enough.
can't tell me Prime Rondo
because he wouldn't be 8.
SGA and Jamal Murray.
Prime Rondo not better than SGA
or Jamal Murray. I'm sorry.
Right. I don't think Prime Rondo is necessarily better than Fred VanVleet. You know what I'm saying? Like those guys go out there and they score, bro. They go get money. Like they can go get 10 assists, but also have 32 points. Like
yeah, I mean Rondo's never been a guy that's like your first option though. Like he's never been like he's been like the
he's never been
the
good
guy
enough to be anybody's first option.
He's like the glue to putting together like a couple of stars. You have a couple good players, you throw Rondo in, and now you got your point guard that can just pass well and play decent defense.
He's very smart though. He's hella smart.
Or a couple young scorers that just needs like an older dude to be like, all right, so when I give you the ball, all this is about to happen. So just go score after all that happens.
Yeah, he's very smart. So let's talk about these trade rumors. And let's start with why in the world are the Celtics listening to any offers for Marcus Smart? Why are they doing that?
It's smart. I don't
Actually,
know.
no. Hold up. I was thinking about that today because I was talking to one of the Celtics fans in Discord. I don't remember who it was.
Oh, goodness.
But Marcus Smart, his contract expires after next season. He's going to be 28 when his contract expires. And, like, you look at the East right now, like, if the Celtics want to win, if they want to win against the Nets, because that's the team you want to beat in the East. Sorry, Raptor. But like you can have all the perimeter defense you want. You could have the whole first team all defense. You are going to have to outscore that team. And Marcus Smart's not going to really help you outscore that team. So if they were to entertain trading Marcus Smart for like a proposal for like Norman Powell or a proposal for like Fournier and some change or some other scoring threats, I don't see anything wrong with them.
I think
on from Smart
the Celtics and what they have right now, if they want to get like another scorer, a lot of things have to change.
Yeah.
Because then you have Kemba, Evan Fournier / Norman Powell, another scorer, whoever it is, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, 4 guys that just need the ball. They need it. Absolutely, they need the ball.
I think right now.
And go ahead.
I think right now, the Celtics, what they have is a good enough defense. So Blake Griffin's going to have 40 on y'all because Daniel Tice just can't guard him, right? So Blake Griffin might go crazy, but y'all have just enough defense and just enough offense to hold the Nets to like 125, 130, while you can just go out there and score the same amount. You just need a better coach, in my opinion.
That's literally what I was going to say. Brad Stevens can't figure out how to coach all these scores right now. So if you add another score, like he doesn't know at this point, he just doesn't know how to do it. Like Kemba, here's the truth. Kemba Walker should be one of the most efficient point guards this year. Because all the scoring that he has, he should be getting the easiest buckets of his life. But I don't think Brad Stevens is even setting him up and putting plays in motion to even get him that. Like, he should be scoring at E. He should be getting a cool 20 on easy efficiency because he's just the third best scorer. You have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown that attract so much attention. Like, you should be scoring efficiently. And I don't think it's necessarily his fault. Like, we shouldn't be watching those possessions where Kemba's ISOing too, like early in the possession. We shouldn't be seeing that. We should see him moving off ball, getting real quick pick and roll scores, like getting easy layups, easy mid-range shots because he has all this space. We should be seeing him doing what CJ McCollum be trying to do or be doing, like getting those easy buckets because, Damian Lillard is the main attraction here. Like, it should be like that to me. And I just feel like Brad Stevens is not doing a good enough job. Like, he needs to go, bro.
I wouldn't even say to the degree of CJ McCollum. I would just say that if he was as comparable to Mike Conley, they'll be straight.
Yeah, and I feel like that's a coaching thing. Like, I don't think Kemba Walker's just saying, no, I want to score this way and that way. I don't think he's doing that. Like, I don't find him to be the person like that. I just don't think that that's what Brad Stevens is asking him to do. Like, he's still trying to get him his 25. At the end of the day, Kemba, you might just have to be a 19 a night guy. But if you get those 19 points in an efficient manner and get like 8 assists, 4 rebounds, you're going to find yourself helping your team out a lot more than you thought. Like, you don't need to go out there and get 20. That's what you got them 2 dudes for.
I want to go to the next topic of this trade rumors, man. And
all right, what's the next one?
This is ridiculous. This is actually ridiculous.
In
what universe do you listen to trade requests for Aaron Gordon?
Don't worry about it. I'm ready to talk about Aaron Gordon. I'm ready to defend the take.
Hey, big dog. This ain't even about you. You good? He still sucks. Aaron Gordon is not someone you trade for unless you're the Thunder and you trying to get a pick out of him. That's not someone you trade for, bro. I'm sorry.
Right.
Isn't his contract like hell too? Isn't it like
$18 million?
You gotta be kidding me, man.
He said, "You gotta be kidding me, man." Yeah, that's ridiculous.
You don't trade for Aaron Gordon, bro. You don't trade for him.
You just don't.
Him and Aaron Gordon and Andrew Wiggins probably have some of the worst. There's no reason Andrew Wiggins is getting paid more than DeMar DeRozan ever has.
Yeah, there's just no reason for that.
Andrew Wiggins getting paid $29 million. 29. That's crazy. That's ridiculous.
That's like trading for Spencer Dinwiddie. Like, that's just somebody you just don't do that for.
Right.
Like, we're willing to give you a pick and 2 point guards for Spencer. Why? Like, you can just no. Like, just don't do that. Like, there's no reason to do that. Like, unless you're the Pistons, there's just absolutely no reason to do that. Like,
please don't give the Pistons another ball stopper. Please
don't give them no ideas. Don't give them no ideas.
Spencer Dinwiddie will have 68 on the Pistons. He's not passing.
Right.
But
he's gonna be punching there. He ain't gonna get that ball no more.
So, I want to talk to you, Raptor, about the Bucks.
Right.
What, as a Bucks fan, truthfully, because we talk about the Bucks all the time, and I'm not a fan, but we think we know. What do you think gets them over the hump?
I don't know. And frankly, I think there's steps you can take. No, frankly, here's what I'm going to say. I like where we're heading right now. I think we have good depth. We're elite defensively. And we have a superstar already, and we have guys, we have stars around
Chris
him.
Middleton. It's like, no.
Okay, I saw that. All right.
Chill out. We stop.
We're not going to hit the air quotes on this. But here's what I'm going to say, though. I watched the Bucks in 2019 be 2 games away from making it to the finals against the Warriors. They were up 2-0, and they had basically been up for the entirety of the 3rd game. And then I saw for the next 4 games of that series, Mike Budenholzer see a wall and say, all right, there is nothing I'm going to do to change this. And I saw that against Miami. I saw the same situation, and I saw Mike Budenholzer sit there and be like, same plan. They're locking up our shooters. They're making it hard for Giannis to do anything. I'm just going to let it happen.
Giannis just runs straight through it every time. Go ahead.
Giannis just runs straight to the rim.
And that's why I think Budenholzer our biggest issue right now. He just doesn't make adjustments. And here's the other thing. When we get beat, it's all because teams can hit the 3. And Mike Budenholzer's defense allows the most 3-point attempts in the league right now. And if you shoot over 40% from 3 in a game against us, you are going to win. And you are going to win by a lot. Saw it against the Heat last year. Saw it when Fred VanVleet decided he was going to heat up and kill us in 2019. As soon as teams hit threes against the Bucks, that's when it's over. So I don't
We ain't
think
gonna talk about how the Knicks did you this year.
we beat them by 30 a week ago. Like it's
They 30 you early.
The same.
Yeah, they 30. They gave you 30
I'm
early.
just saying. I think Buden. If you gotta at least test out the waters with somebody not named Mike Budenholzer, just like how the Sixers had to test the waters with somebody not named Brett Brown before we called Embiid something like similar to what we're calling Giannis right now. You just got.
That's Ben though, not Embiid. That's Ben though. Ben is garbage.
No, I'm saying with Embiid, we were having issues with Embiid after 2020. We were saying, is he a trade asset? Is somebody willing to? Are the Sixers willing to trade away Joel Embiid? We were saying that after that they got 4-0'd against the Celtics.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
We have to at least give Giannis another chance with a guy not named Mike Budenholzer before.
And here's what I'll say.
Wait.
I respect Giannis. He's at least attempting to expand his game in some form. He's trying.
He has.
I don't.
Hold on. I'm gonna just say this real quick. It has absolutely nothing to do with basketball, right? But Deshaun Watson just got released. I'm gonna leave it at that. Just leave it at that.
You gotta be kidding me.
He got released.
You gotta be kidding me.
He got released. That's crazy.
You gotta be kidding me.
Now look. Deshaun Watson released.
That's Barry McCockiner.
Oh, is that just not true?
You dumbass. You got fucking played
Oh.
by Barry McCockiner.
Not the fake news. Not the fake
news. I'm a victim.
He's a victim.
That's a clip.
I'm a victim.
That's a clip.
I'm a victim.
I want to say this real quick if we can move on. I don't know. Maybe a new coach takes this. Just put him at the 5.
We saw this with the 76ers. They got
just put him at the 5. I don't think you need a new coach to put someone who isn't that good from the perimeter at the 5. That's also 6'11".
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a coach's decision, though. Essentially,
yeah.
Like, I'm gonna be honest. No, it's a big man complex. No big man who's being allowed to have the ball at the perimeter is just going to willingly give that up.
Yeah, every big man knows deep down.
Yeah,
point guard boy.
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I criticize Giannis all the time, but if I was him, what? Give the ball up?
Hey,
like, no, absolutely not. Like, you feel me? Especially if I'm as athletically gifted as dude. But yeah, that's essentially a coach's choice. Like,
you'd have those.
And I will say, it's not like Ben Simmons where he's not willing to work on what we know he needs to work on. Giannis is just doing it. He's doing it. We can't act like he's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's doing it. Whether he hits the back of the shot clock with the 3, he's attempting to get better at shooting the shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's trying to shoot the mid range. We see a little bit more post fades out of him. We see he's trying.
Work. He got that bag on him.
He's at least putting his mind to it and bringing it to the game, whether he makes or misses it. So, you know, I feel like we have to give Giannis the benefit of the doubt of getting a new coach before we say, okay, Giannis, you're just not playing the right way.
Hold on.
You have to try at least the one new coach out.
I have to address this.
Jay Bridges is on something crazy.
What?
Luka's not a great shooter. Man's close to jaw level.
That's just not true.
We said
I guess 37% from the 3 just is 29%.
Yeah, we said drop hot takes, not lies. That's just
yeah. I would say
9 attempts. I guess that's jaw level.
They were praising Luka as a shooter like he was Paul George level, which is not true. But he's definitely just not Ja's level, though.
I mean, he literally got way better this season. He's 37% right now.
Yeah, he's improving. Better. He's improving, but yeah, Ja level is crazy.
That got like 34 minutes to an hour if you guys want to get into the hot takes.
Okay, boom, we can get into the hot takes right now. So let me explain mine. I'm gonna go first. Let me explain mine.
Remembered it?
Yes, Paul George has always been better than Kawhi Leonard at basketball, and I promise I'm sticking by that. If I asked you right now, name one thing on a skill aspect that Paul George can't do, you couldn't say anything. You just couldn't say anything. But if I asked you to do the same for Kawhi, you could just say something. And that's where the chips fall. Like, you could just say something. Like, Paul George doesn't do anything under an elite level. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't rebound under elite. He doesn't play make under elite. He doesn't shoot under elite. He doesn't go to the basket under elite. He is elite at everything he does on the court.
Like, you don't got elite consistency. He had 12 points last night.
Oh, wow.
Whatever. You're just hating. I don't know why you're hating, but anyway.
Hey, man.
Boy, you just
interrupted my hot take just to hate. That was ridiculous.
Man. Hey, man.
That was so ridiculous.
It's because you lied. It's because you lied.
What did I say earlier? He liked to be angry. He liked to be
that was so crazy.
You have to point out the cap in your rap, man.
That was so crazy. That was so crazy. Anyway. And when I say at any point, he was better in Indiana. He was better. He was more skilled than Kawhi. When Paul was in Indiana, he was more skilled. If you match up their best years, did Paul George just not have a peak or whatever we call it, their best season? Has Kawhi ever had a season similar to Paul George, regular? I didn't think so.
Maybe last season.
No, I mean, you think last season Kawhi was better than Oklahoma City Thunder Paul George?
Kawhi's better. This is Kawhi's best season.
Oh, I thought you meant that like season to season. Not you meant season to season.
No.
No.
Okay.
Paul George's best season, Kawhi's best season. Just on what they were doing, not the impact and what they bring to that. Nobody's talking about that. We're talking about what they do. Was Paul George just not better at pretty much everything? I just feel like he's a better player when it comes to skill set. You know, playoffs, pandemic P, whatever, y'all can have that. But on a skill aspect, Paul George is probably just one of the most complete players we've ever seen. One of them. Not the one, but one of them.
I agree. Even though you had 12 points last night, I agree.
You see, there was just no reason to say that. Like, there was none. Like, there was zero reason to say what you said just now. That was crazy. Anyways, who's next? Let's go, Liam. What next, Liam? What was your hot take? Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon's the worst. He did have 40.
Yeah, he immediately had 40 after I said it. So
welcome to Skill Over Legacy, Aaron Gordon. I know
shout out for listening. Aaron, I'm happy to have you.
SOL Aaron.
But to defend this, I gotta start by like talking about what we did a little while ago. His cap hit is $18 million.
That's
so
crazy.
He's not actually worse than like league minimum players. He's not actually worse than them. But for making $18 million a year, he stinks. Like
he's just below Kelly Oubre.
He's below league average on shooting in everything except for 3-point just this season. He's a below average defender. He's a below average rebounder. He can't protect the paint. He doesn't step out on defense. He doesn't really have a position. Like, they want to call him a power forward. They want him to play three. He's not really good at either of them. Like, if you had Aaron Gordon coming off your bench and making $8 million a year, he's a fine player. But if you have him as a starter and he's making $18 million a year, and now he's handing you trade requests with particular teams he wants to go to.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Imagine, yo. Imagine Aaron Gordon walking into your GM office like, hey, trade me now. And this is the list of players he's going to go to.
Here and
oh my goodness.
That's bad. That's
crazy. See, normally when you request a trade, the teams that you have, they want you. Aaron Gordon just doesn't have that luxury. Like Chris Paul could say, all right, I'm requesting a trade to the Suns, and he knows anybody wants him on their team. Aaron Gordon, I promise you, LeBron don't want you, KD don't want you, Green don't want you. They already got Laurie. The Pistons, they just might not want you. They need a future. The Magic don't even want you anymore. The Pelicans don't want you. They got Zion. The Thunder, they might want you just so they can trade you away to get a pick. So nobody.
Like, the last part about Aaron Gordon that really frustrates me is that he takes for shooting. He's at 40% from three this season, which is like way above his career average. He's actually shooting the three pretty well this year, but he still takes a ton of mid-range jumpers. Stop.
Why?
Shoot the three. What are you doing? Like, how many players have had to go through this that they just shoot mid-range jumpers and they get benched? That's Carmelo Anthony had to sit out a whole season because of that. Like, it's he's only 25. He can get better. He's not a lost cause. But like, for $18 million a year, you couldn't pay me $18 million a year to have Aaron Gordon with that contract.
Jesus.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Kelly Oubre makes like